I think we're on 3. I don't know.
Hi, my name's Diane. You're currently watching the Just Kidding Around show. Thank you so much for joining us. Each week we introduce our home audience to different talented people in our community. And I'm thrilled to re-invite Mr. Martinho back. He was on our show once before and we had so many wonderful comments that we just had to have him back. And Martinho, you're a local talent, is that right?
I am.
Okay, and during this show we are going to talk about your history and what things you've done since our last show.
Right, because a lot changed.
A lot has changed, including your hairdo.
Right.
So we are going to look in the camera and start out with a shout out, and I'll say, hi, Mom.
Yeah, last time I did say hi, Mom, so hi, Mom, again.
Oh, well, and I'll also say hi, South Bay Elementary. And hi, Isabel. Freddie says hi, too.
All right, so in that case, I want to say hi to the Badass Art group on my Facebook art group there, because I love those people.
Hey, we can just say hi the whole half hour.
Well, yeah, I do have enough people to say hi to, but...
Yeah. So, and I don't know if our home viewers know this, but you have permission to videotape anything, I believe, on this channel. Is that right? But you can tape this and then, or whatever you do, record it and enjoy the show and watch it later. And will they actually be learning techniques from you?
Not today.
Oh,
today,
no techniques?
No.
Ah, because that's what's so impressive about you, your technique.
Well, there's some stuff that may encourage people to try some new, but there won't be actual
so we'll
teaching.
encourage people, but we won't tell them your secrets?
Right, there you go.
All right, so why don't we start, how long have you been an artist?
Okay, so I started as a kid, right, like we talked last time, and until about my early 30s, all I had done was play drums and paint, and that was about it.
And that was it. So
That
you're
was it.
multi-talented,
Right,
multifaceted. It's not just art.
Right, but that was just it for me. It wasn't enough.
Well, that sounds like a lot.
Well, when you're playing with a band, you need your bandmates with you. You can't succeed without them.
Good
so
point.
after many years of being in bands and them failing, usually because of all sorts of other stuff, I decided that I was just going to learn everything by myself, and I was going to do it by myself. And that's where I am right now. I learned how to do all video editing and special effects. I learned how to sing,
that explains
how to
a
make
lot.
music by myself, how to produce it all, how to do the music videos all by myself.
So there was intentional effort.
Definitely intentional
to be
effort.
self-sufficient as an artist.
Definitely.
Because that's interesting. I never thought of that, but that is true. Just before the show, Freddie was showing us his music video, and I was asking about it, and he said the band broke up. So if a band breaks up, there you are.
Yeah, all that effort, all your CD, all your time, everything is gone. And sure, you still have something that you can show. Oh, I was part of this band, and this is what I did. And but it wasn't enough that I didn't want to have anybody to blame for the downfall of stuff, because I always put in a lot of effort into it. And the band or whatever is the group would fall out usually because of somebody with a high ego.
Oh.
Right, somebody who at that point is feeling too good, for himself and destroys the entire thing. So to avoid that, I just learned it all by myself.
Got it. So, they took it away, but I think on the screen while you were talking, there was a picture. Can you guys bring that back up? All right, so this is one of the things you have done, and is that a painting or a photograph?
It's a picture of me. Right.
It's a photograph that you took of yourself.
Right.
But did you do something to enhance it?
I changed the background because the original background was just my living room wall. It was just white. So I just took that out, put something that kind of fit with the clothes that I was wearing, and
That is a gorgeous picture.
Sharpen
so
some
you're
stuff
saying
here.
This was taken in front of a white wall, and you enhanced it with some. We're not allowed to advertise, but it was some kind of a program like Photoshop or something like that.
I just used computer to remove the background and put something new in there.
Do you do this for other people? You do that for other people. And how else did you enhance that besides?
Obviously, my eyes aren't as bright. Like, the white on my eyes aren't that bright.
They aren't?
Well, not
There's
in real life.
something about your eyes. Oh, in real life.
Yeah, not in real life. So.
Oh yes, you're right.
So
They're
you
very
brighten
white.
them a little bit, and it just becomes a lot.
Oh, that's what makes your eyes so intense.
Well, also I am wearing makeup there too, so I have eyeliner.
Ah, okay, okay. Yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
You combine all of that, and you get.
It's just striking. It's gorgeous. And now this is also you, right?
Right.
And was this done in front of a white wall?
Interesting enough, those blue lines there, those are the blinds of my kitchen, like from my kitchen window.
Okay.
Except, I went and I changed the color to blue, and it doesn't.
Afterwards.
Afterwards, right.
So you probably see art in everything. And then I love the shading on your face. Was that post-production? Or?
No, I didn't do anything to my face. I had a bunch of makeup. I mean, I made the picture a little darker.
Made it a little darker, and that's all.
But that's it.
And now, are these people do selfies all the time now?
Right.
That's
my type of selfie.
That's your type of selfie, but it's done with the actual camera.
Right, I do. I put it on a tripod, and I take like that one. There's another one.
So it's good old-fashioned photography.
Right,
It's not, these selfies look kind of dumb.
Right. Well, it's.
They're handy,
with this one, at least I can get to go back and I can pose. It's a huge process because I have to go and I have to push the camera, wait for the timer to take the picture, and then I go back and I try a bunch of those to see if the framing is good, if So
you set up. You don't just take.
So it takes a while to get just to the angle and the framing of the picture that you want, and then from there you start doing many shots until you get the pose that you want on that angle. So it's a process.
And it's not film; it is digital.
It's all digital.
Okay.
Right.
And so did I see this on Facebook?
It's on Facebook.
I've seen that one before.
That one is actually I was in front of a green screen, and I
Okay.
was trying new lighting methods, and I had never put oil all over my body before.
Yeah.
And that's what it looks like, very shiny, and it definitely brings out the muscle. Like any little muscle, it just pops out,
It's interesting that, you talk about oil, but then you were talking about blinds earlier. It's interesting that you see different, would you call it mediums,
right.
And you take advantage of it and you experiment
Right.
with it. But in addition to that, you also do a lot of digital work.
Yeah, because I'm not that great. I don't consider myself an amazing photographer. Some people, they can grab the camera and they go and boom, and they take a beautiful picture right then.
Oh.
I'm always looking, okay, what else can I do to it now?
To enhance it.
So,
how do I make it? Well, it also gives a different look. What am I looking at now?
This is an artist. It just turned out really dark, but he's kind of looking down. He's putting his hoodie up like this. And
So this is not you?
no, this was an artist, because I do also artist photography, and it just turned out a little dark. See, that's another one of him in there.
Same guy? Mm-hmm. Okay.
So on Studio B.
Is this somebody that lives in our area?
He lives in Tacoma. I've done a music video for him, a couple music videos for him and his family. I've actually shot his sister's wedding.
Okay.
So.
And
yeah,
this is lovely. I like that one.
Yeah,
I like the shading on that.
That was in Studio B too.
Was he indoors, and did you
It was
use
all in
special
Studio
lighting?
B. All in Studio B.
That's Studio B? Really? So you just turn the lights on?
I turned all the studio lights off, and I just used two of the LEDs with different gels on it.
Oh, it does have gels then. Got blue gel
Lots
maybe
of
and a
blue
red
gel.
gel. I can see the blue in it.
Yeah.
That's a neat thing to add when you're, so if you're at home and thinking about enhancing pictures,
Right.
gels are a great technique.
Well,
Gels over the light.
Right, and actually with a computer, you can change a little bit of the color of a light, so you can make things seem like they were in a different color. You can change the color of your light kind of on your picture.
He's wearing white though, right?
He is wearing white.
But I definitely see the blue with red kind of on his shoulder. Very cool. I bet he was happy with the picture.
He was.
Yeah. So are these posted somewhere?
He was about to release his music video, or no, his new single. So that was for the single, and this is Devona. She's putting up together a website for her stuff right now, and so I took a bunch of pictures for her, and it turned out really good. There's some really interesting shots.
Yeah, it is.
This one almost looks like she's like an athlete.
Kinda. I'm not totally understanding.
Right.
Yeah.
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 And then this one, she's just kind of sitting there holding the microphone.
Okay. That one's dark, very dark.
Yeah, it was a little darker.
Do you just do people or do you do animals too?
Well, I do have some pictures that are more abstract, plants and bugs and my kitty. But most likely, see, that's a close-up of one of my paintings.
Now wait, what is this? This is a close-up of a painting? Mm-hmm. So you painted?
So that's an acrylic painting. So and I just got the camera really close, and that's what it looks like.
Because all I see is the texture, really.
Right.
So that's another interesting technique. That's extreme micro?
Right.
Would you call it micro photography or
Yeah.
something like that? Okay, interesting.
See, that's another one too. That's actually my color palette. When I was done painting, sometimes there's still paint that sits on your, and there was that bubble there of
Did
red
you paint
paint.
this? This is a painting?
No, that's a picture of.
That's a real koi.
Right. It was just pictures on my. I'm sorry. It was just colors on my palette, and I took a picture of it because I thought it looked neat.
Where did you?
So
no,
this is
I'm lost. This is a real koi, right?
It's a real picture.
And you took a picture of the picture, and then how did you put the paint? You painted it, the picture you're saying?
No. So I painted, right? What it was that I painted? I don't even remember. I think it was some sort of a flower or something. And when I was done with the painting, I have all the colors mixed up here, and it's a big mess,
Yes.
right? And that dried out, so I took a picture of that, and that's what you have there.
That's what that was?
Just
Okay.
dried paint on a flat surface.
All right. You're talking about the fish.
It looked like a fish, right?
That's not a fish?
No, that's not a fish at all. There's just a glob of paint.
That's why I kept saying, is that a photograph of a koi? And I thought you said yes.
I see what
And
you
that's
meant by
why my
koi.
brain was mixing it up. Okay, so I'm not looking at a fish. That's not a fish?
No, that's just a bunch of paint.
It's just a bunch of paint that you took a picture of. Well, I'm sure seeing a fish there.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
So you don't see what I'm seeing?
Not at all. I mean, I see the fish now that you mentioned
That's why
it.
I kept asking. Is it? Yeah, it looks very much like a Japanese goldfish with the fancy fins. Sorry about that.
No, it's great.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
guess
knew
that's
what it
art
was.
is. Yeah, you know what it is, and you
Right.
probably didn't get why I wasn't getting it.
Right.
Because my eyes saw something totally different. That's what's interesting about art, though, too.
Right.
Yeah, that was beautiful. It was just dried up paint.
I know,
On a
right?
palette. That's all that
I
was.
didn't even have to make art. I just had to capture it because it was already there.
That's a good word. You had to capture it.
Right. Yeah, because in my art group, everybody's so proud of their dirty palette. Right?
Yeah.
Everybody, they post pictures of their dirty palette, and it's got colors everywhere, and they're like, oh, just got done,
Yeah.
And I go and I post mine, and it's bleached out clean. And people are just losing their minds. They're like, well, you're insane. What's wrong with you?
So they had to get something on there, huh?
But when they do post their pictures, you do realize that sometimes it looks beautiful. All those mashed up paint,
Yeah.
there's a beauty to it. So I just took a picture of mine before I washed it.
Oh, that's amazing how beautiful that was.
Yeah.
I even saw the eye in the fish.
I know, there's a little...
It's like, I tell you, I'm seeing a fish. That's why I thought it was actually a photograph. It was that good. Wow. So tell me about this artist group you just mentioned.
Right, so this, Facebook has groups and pages and these other places that you can go. And I met these guys who were doing an art group, excuse me, and from there, we developed into a solid relationship, almost into a partnership, a business partnership. And there's almost 4,000 people in this group.
4,000? Whoa, that's a lot.
There's almost 4,000 people. And yeah, since I joined the group, everything changed for me. I remember when I first came here on the show, all I was doing was painting at that time. I don't even think I was playing in a band. And so I meet this group, and next thing you know, all this stuff starts happening.
Just from Facebook?
Well, because there was so much inspiration, so much good people in there. So all these artists, and everybody's really respectable to each other. So it just felt like a family. It felt like now I had a place where I could share my feelings and I could ask for support, and I got that from them.
Wow.
So
if we have somebody in our audience that's feeling kind of isolated or
Facebook groups are
or
awesome.
frustrated with art, to find a Facebook group, how should they do that?
You can literally just go to Facebook and search for art groups, and it will just give you a bunch of different ones, and you would just pick one that you know.
And that's what you did?
You just give it a try. You know, there's tons out there. There's really a bunch. So you just pick one that you feel more comfortable. For example, on this one, we say no to pornography, right?
Oh, okay.
Nudity is okay because
Yeah.
it's still art, but pornography not okay.
Okay.
So we have some people every now and then to join our groups, and they try to push in pornography, and we just have to kick them out because that's the one rule. You
Yeah.
know, so if you know, so you got to find the group that fits you. Our group is a lot more family oriented, more family friendly.
Yeah.
You know, there's nudity, there's sometimes violence in people's art, but you know, we're not crossing sexual lines in there.
Yeah.
There's groups out there that are totally okay with that.
Yeah.
Doing pornography or other stuff. So you just got to find the group that works for you.
That works, so yeah.
And a lot of people do find psychological support in having a group that they can share their art with.
Yeah,
and
so you don't feel so isolated or alone.
don't feel
Because remember,
isolated.
you talked about you started out being in a band, and the band had fallen, and this seems like it's something that doesn't fall apart.
Right.
That support that you have.
Right. There's all these people there, and you know, a lot of people are not that active, but they do engage, and they, you know, just by having others, you know. And now with the group, we started doing live streams because now everybody's doing live streams.
Do you want to see some more pictures now, or do you want
Okay,
to talk
okay,
about the live stream?
let's finish the
Because I
pictures
do.
before.
Let's finish the pictures, and then let's start about that
Right, 'cause
part
live
of your
stream, yeah,
life.
the live stream is
Because
is
we've
a
got to
big
get
deal.
that on there. Do they have any of your live
I
streaming
don't know
in
if
there?
they have anything in the live stream here.
Okay. All right. So let's keep going. Oh, this.
My
I
kid.
could look. You had that on Facebook. Is that on your homepage?
It is on my Facebook page.
I could look at that picture all day and never get tired of it. Of course, I'm kind of a cat person.
Right.
But, oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Now tell
he's
me
pretty.
about this. Your cat is not that beautiful.
He is a very pretty cat.
Your cat is that pretty, that green eye. You didn't enhance that.
Well, it definitely enhanced colors. Yeah, I pushed it to, you know, pop out other colors, but he's a very good-looking cat.
And
He's-
it's so creative the way you've got one eye. Well, the other eye's there, but you really highlighted that one.
Yeah. You know, some of it all just happens. It's just the magic of photography, right? It's just, you just happen to push the button at the right moment.
Yeah.
You know,
I would love to see the original picture of that, though.
Okay.
I bet I would love to be able to see that. That would be
I bet
fun.
it's just less saturated. That's probably what it is. Like
So he really has that dark rim around that beautiful green eye. Mm-hmm. You didn't add that.
Nope.
Yeah.
All I did was add some sharpness to his eyes and enhance the color overall.
Okay, so that's an idea too. You know, you were talking about putting oils on our bodies. Did you get that idea from the
Well, it's a
support group?
no, but photography in general, when they're doing athletes,
Oh, they do
usually
that.
put so you
Okay.
get more definition on the
Yeah,
muscles.
and then the blind thing, and then enhancing color.
Right.
But I like the idea of using your pets too, as you know.
Right.
We have a
See,
friend,
like
Arnie,
that,
and he's
that right there, I thought it was blueberries, but they apparently are some sort of
oh, that's
poison.
gorgeous. Poison.
Yeah,
Looks like a grape to me.
right. I thought they were blueberries, but they're not. They're right. So
Yeah. My mother actually has. My mother has a tiny little vineyard, and they're Concord grapes, the old-fashioned kind
Oh, I
with the
love they.
big. Oh, when I was a kid, I didn't. When I was a kid, I didn't like them because they had the big seeds in the middle. Now I love them. I absolutely love them. And you can make wine or jelly or whatever. And gosh, last year they were so beautiful. I just took my camera and was taking pictures of all these grapes. So that's another thing that you don't. When you talk about art or photography, what did you say earlier in the show? You said capture what is already there. Isn't that what you said?
With that picture of the painting, I didn't really do any art. The art was already there. I just had to capture it with
You
the camera.
captured it, and you captured that beautiful berry. Unfortunately, it was poison, but I
Right,
guess
right.
that's all right. Just so you didn't eat it. And what are we looking at now?
This is another picture I did for Devona. On this one, actually, the original picture had some drapes that she really didn't like at all. Like, she really didn't like that as a background. So I took the background off and I added, you know, those lighting things in there to make it look like she's on a stage of some sort. And it looks better. It fits real
It
better.
looks like, is there a line of light
Yeah,
about
there's
okay, I
some-
didn't know if that was studio lights
Right.
or
No, I
okay.
added that.
Did you added that too? And the background was what, drapes, you said?
Well, originally there was some drapes because this was all done in her place, and yeah, it just didn't look that great. So I took the background off, added some spotlights, some light reflection, flares, and a little smoky type of, like, when you can see the lights, you can see.
Yeah. So do you look at a picture and say, I'm going to do this or that, or she told you she didn't like the drapes, right?
Right. Originally, we tried making it work with the drapes, but it just wasn't working out.
So what's your starting point then? Just, you just look at a picture and say, oh, I think I'll just, what?
Right.
What do you think?
There's a
You don't
there's a bunch of depends, right? You look at the picture and you see, well, this is a little dark, or I need to make it brighter, or oh, I like these reds on it. I want to bring the reds out.
Yeah.
It's kind of like you're thinking of a painting that's already painted, and how could you make that painting better?
Okay. But it's just with photography.
Right. So if you looked at the Mona Lisa, for example, like how could you make it better? I would probably bring in some more of the greens in it.
Did you say the Mona Lisa?
Like if I could take a
So you
picture
wanna
of the
make that
Mona
better?
Lisa and I could
Okay.
enhance it, I would bring some more of the greens in it.
Yeah. Really? Would you change your mouth at all?
Oh, I wouldn't change anything. I would just play with the color a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what is this?
Oh, this is this is part of my demo reel, because since the last time we met, I didn't have a demo reel ready, and now I do. I've had
So wait, I'm going to stop
past
you.
3
What's
years-
a demo reel?
for video producers, right? You have to have a portfolio.
Okay.
So this is basically my portfolio.
Oh, for this station, you mean?
No, for
Just in
myself as a
general.
videographer.
Just
right.
as a video. Oh my! You did
Right.
this animation?
I did all of this. 100% in there is,
Oh my gosh, Martino.
So in the past 3 years, I've produced over like 300 and some videos.
And then what happens to these videos?
Well, majority of them was for this company I was working at, so
Uh-huh.
it's all private videos. Right? I would say about 200 and some were for this company. And then the rest, I just have it on Facebook and bands, or,
oh
sometimes
my
it's...
gosh! So it's like your resume almost.
Right. It is my resume, right.
How long did it take you to do all that? How much?
3 years of productions, but it probably took me a month to put it together.
How about? And these are all your original.
All my productions, right.
But is the characters all your originals?
No.
Yeah,
Well,
I was gonna say I thought I saw.
Right,
Did I
right.
see Beavis and Butthead back there or something? They
no,
look like
well,
them.
I mean, the characters are original in the sense that, they didn't exist before I made the show.
Yeah, so that's original.
Right.
Oh, I remember that.
Right, from the, yeah,
But they were in our last show. Those
they
two.
were, right. And
But
these
then
are some,
you put them
these
in
are some
this
3D modeling.
amazing.
and there's some video.
You are beyond
Thank you.
what
That
most
was my
people are
old boss.
capable of doing, I think.
I try,
Gosh.
and there's more to learn. There's always more to learn.
And you're self-taught, though? Mm-hmm. And
Yeah.
how long is this video, by the way?
The demo reel?
Yeah, was that it?
Well, yeah, they cut it. They started like from half, but it's about 3 minutes or
About
4
3
minutes.
minutes? And it's just it has a lot of what in it?
Right,
Was there
there's-
music in there we didn't hear?
There is a little bit of music, and actually the music is from Maxwell Brown, who you know Max, right?
Oh, Max, the Maxwell that used to work here. His name was Brown. I didn't know that. I didn't know
Yeah,
he made music.
I used his music on.
I didn't know he's a musician.
Yeah, we jammed a
Yeah,
little bit
the one that
before.
moved to Portland. I hope he's doing well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this is so professional. This seems
you.
like he should be in Los Angeles.
Yeah, I do have to move away from here if I want to get bigger in video. Right. Yeah.
Are you thinking about that?
Oh yeah, I sure am.
Because it seems to me like you're on a path. How you started
I
music
am,
and that, and then you're self-taught in Olympia. You know who Kurt Cobain was. You always hear he's from Seattle, but he actually, was from Aberdeen. But most of his creative time was spent in Olympia.
Right.
Olympia's produced a lot of great,
Right,
great
there's been some
talent, a lot of
great
great art.
talents.
Yeah.
Right.
So, yeah. And tell me, you said before the show started, you started talking about your live stream, which is different than all this.
Right, it's a new thing. It's a completely new thing. I started doing, it's for the art group, again. I started doing private video conferences where people could make art together across the U.S., right? Because many people, oh, that's the other video I did too.
Oh, so were you going to see something else while you talk about that?
I don't know, he's playing it.
What is this?
This was my music video, the one I told you I shot inside of the bathroom.
Oh, that's the one you were talking about? This was done in your bathroom?
All of it, yeah.
All of this was done in your bathroom,
All
in front of a green screen.
Well, no, see, some of it, that part is obviously in front of a green screen, but that one is in front of a green screen too. And then some of the others are just, no, I'm just in my bathroom. I just have the camera like kind of close up to my face, and
Wow.
yeah, that was all green screen.
This is all one.
This is all in my bathroom.
Shoot.
Right, it's all in one shoot.
And so after you do the shoot, then you go to work.
Then I go to the computer and I put it
on
all
the
together. I
Oh,
do stuff to
I
it.
could
and
so see this. This seems so professional.
Thanks, I like it.
And it's all self-taught.
Right.
Wow. Okay, now finish talking
Live
about
stream.
your live stream.
All right,
I
so
want
the
to
live
talk about
stream.
that. We only have a few more minutes.
So on the live stream, I use the software that gives me a control of everything that's going to be going on the screen, right? So when somebody watches, if I want them to see a lower third, like for example, like it shows now.
Yeah, that's called a lower third, those
Right.
letters in
I can
front of
push
them.
a button and now it shows lower third, and this all live, right?
Okay.
Just basically what's happening here.
So live stream on the computer, you're saying?
Right, so
That
I
we
have-
can watch you. What night are you on?
I'm on it's Sundays, 5 p.m. Pacific.
Every Sunday we can watch you on the computer, but you start out talking about it's a result of your users group. What
Right.
about that guy that you work with?
Well, right. So the live stream started inside of the Facebook group, and it was just me at first until I started working with Nathan, who is the administrator for the art group, and then he joined me as a co-host.
And he's from?
He lives in Wisconsin.
So he's in Wisconsin, you're here, and you jointly produce a weekly show.
Right.
All right.
Where I have to get on a video conference with him so I can have him on camera, and now then I can do the streaming through a different software. It's kind of a very interesting process, but then now I have control, you know, of scene changes, and I can make the music come in, the credits, break
Wow.
time, you know, all live.
All of it live. So you're not like us here. We got to get everything ready for the show.
Well,
You do
it is
all
kind of
live.
like here too, you know, except I push go live, and then I have to push everything until the show is over.
Do you have any way of knowing what your viewership is?
Yes, as
How
you're
many?
as you're broadcasting, it shows how many people are watching you at the time.
And how many?
Oh, so
About?
far, no, we don't. We've got, I think, live, maybe 10 people at once.
Okay, so how do we watch? How do I watch?
It's on Facebook. It's on the Facebook group called Badass Art Group.
Badass Art Group, and we go there.
Yeah, and it's on
And then do you
Sunday.
have to friend us?
You know, it's a public group, so you can look at anything that's being posted.
Oh, okay, so we
Right.
can look at everything.
Right, and on Sundays at 5 p.m. we go live.
And he's in Wisconsin, and we would see both your faces at once.
Yep, and sometimes we have a third person doing interviews, so that becomes usually more tricky to add the third person because I'm having to control everything.
Oh, do you control in Wisconsin too?
I control,
whole
I
thing?
control his view, his camera, and the audio. It's a lot.
And
for
he's
one
in
person.
another time zone too.
Right, it's
Just
great.
one-
It's
one more thing
so
to come.
amazing. Right.
Yeah, it's
Technology.
like, I get the feeling that you don't want to stop. Like some people learn to, whatever, we'll say knit, and they want to just knit, and that's it. But I feel like you just
No, there's
constantly.
so much. I'm just beginning to
You
learn.
don't really? You don't feel like you're done?
Oh no, it's just
you don't
still
say.
little.
You don't say I've arrived
no. I think right now I have enough to go. You know.
to Los Angeles.
No, to go wherever go is, wherever there
Oh.
is. Now I have enough know-how on my own to take off. But, there's always learning, always learning. There's still going to be fails and, failures, and then with that comes more learning. And
Yeah. Where is your family?
I have some people here, my dad and my sister.
Are they artistic too?
No, I am the only artist in the whole family.
There's no other
whole
art. You
family.
didn't inherit this
No,
from your mom.
I
or
got
dad?
everybody's juice. Everybody's creativity just came to me. Nobody else is creative.
Isn't that funny?
I mean, I have, there's some people in the family, but it's like a different generation.
Yeah.
It wasn't my cousins. It's my cousin's like son. He's now playing in the band, and
Okay,
so,
there you go.
right.
And you never know what your great grandma or your great grandpa,
Right.
or you just don't know
Right.
what's in your family
yeah,
line.
there wasn't many artists in my family at all, but that's
you
okay.
know. Yeah.
okay.
So how do you suggest our viewers, you say you're all self-taught, so how do you suggest our viewers, become self-taught?
I think really to learn anything, you just gotta want to learn.
They get manuals?
Online, we live in an era where you can go online and learn about anything you want. Anything. There's not one single thing that you can't find online. So if people if they're too lazy or they make excuses on why they are not learning, they're never going to go further because they're always going to find an excuse to learn. But if you want to learn, if you just have the desire to learn, you're going to find yourself Googling things without you even thinking twice.
You know what, Googling and YouTube,
and go on a book or YouTube,
I don't
right.
care what you look on
Or YouTube tutorial.
It is amazing. My niece wanted, oh dear.
I know.
Okay, we got to sign off. Bye.
That was so quick.
What happened? Bye.
Thank you. I don't know what came out.
Otherwise, they're going to cut it off. How did that happen?
No, we just talked so fast. Bye, B.